Hey, Yuri, where in the lower quarter do you sleep? It's not under a bridge or something, is it?
What do you think I am?
All right, so where did you live?
I stayed at an inn after I left the Imperial Knights. The innkeeper is really nice and said I could stay there if I didn't have anywhere else to go.
I'm finally starting to get a real image of you living in the lower quarter.
Yeah, I could just see you bumming around down there.
Gee, thanks.
I wonder when Hold was originally built.
From the looks of it, it's already seen several decades worth of wear and tear.
People were already taking it for granted when Old Raven was just Little Raven.
There was this guild I used to be in, and the leader was this really old guy. He once told me that Hold was built back when his grandfather was a little kid.
That'd make it at least 100 years old, huh?
So that makes the Lord of the Plains over 100 years old. He must be an amazing man.
I don't know. He might be a she.
Yuri, I think you missed the point.
Do you know how Halura's tree got its name?
Huh? There's a reason for that?
Yes, it comes from the 3 types of plants growing on the tree. Those plants are the Harmonia, the Liluria, and the Renin. The beginnings of their names make Halure.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
Carol, you hadn't heard that before?
Plants aren't really my specialty.
Ospio was originally built in order to research the giant blastia excavated from the mountain here, wasn't it?
Right. At first it was just a small research outpost, but as more people came here, it turned into a full-fledged city. Now there are people in Ospio doing research on all sorts of topics, not just the giant blastia.
And you're one of those new researchers, right?
Yep, and proud of it.
There was a huge waterfall at one end of town. Did you see it, Yuri? It was magnificent, powerful, and really quite beautiful. I could almost see a rainbow over it.
Yeah, I saw it. It could come in handy having all that fresh water nearby. You might not even need an aqua blastia with something like that.
Estelle saw the waterfall as something pretty, but Yuri saw it as something useful.
That's different standards of living for you.
How many guilds are there in this city?
I don't know the exact number, but I think there are more than 100.
Whoa, that many? Are all of them in the Union?
Nah, not all of them, but I'd guess around 90% of them are Union members.
Wow, and the Dawn's at the top of them all. That guy's amazing.
That's why he's the Dawn!
What are you so proud about? The Dawn's the amazing one, not you.
I had no idea there were villages in the middle of the sands of Kagor.
I'm impressed they've managed to live here without a barrier to protect them.
They don't even have outer walls. Any monster could destroy this village easy. I don't feel like I could really get a good night's sleep in a place like this.
I do wonder how they handle the danger of wild monsters.
I guess everyone in town is just really strong.
Could you be any more stupid?
There's no place to sleep. How inconvenient.
And there's no barrier either.
Well, people are pretty tough. They should manage as long as monsters don't attack.
Maybe you're right.
Of course he's right. Everyone will have their dream home built in no time. You'll see.
Even without a barrier, I'm sure they can fend off monsters with the knights and everyone banding together.
So this is what the birth of a town looks like. How exciting! This may be a silly question, but what exactly is this town?
Yeah, writing I've never seen before, strange buildings. Something's not right here.
I've traveled all over with Baul, but I've never seen a place like this before.
Maybe it's related to some sort of guild activities?
I don't know. I've never heard of a guild like this.
Well, so what? There's nothing better than a mysterious town every once in a while.
I hope we'll finally be able to meet Flynn when we get to Nora Harbor.
I get the feeling we'll miss him again.
He could be passing by the foot of the hill right now, headed back to the capital.
But Flynn left us a letter. I'm sure he's waiting for us.
We'll see.
Why do we have to take such a convoluted path through this place anyway?
It's your fault.
How was I supposed to help that? Quit blaming other people and let's get moving. Otherwise, we'll end up missing him for sure.
Right. Let's hurry to Nora Harbor.
Hey, can we get out of this forest sometime soon?
Is something the matter? You look nervous, Carol.
No way. What are you talking about?
Whoa, check out this weird bug. I've never seen one this gross before.
And yet, you don't mind picking it up like that?
Hey, Carol, any idea what kind of bug this is?
Keep that thing away from me!
What's the matter?
Huh? It's just That poor bug being manhandled like that. Let it go. It wants to be free.
Really?
Really.
That makes 35.
Huh? What do you mean?
We've seen 35 gears so far.
You've been counting the gears? Talk about laid back.
I'm sorry. I just felt like counting them.
You're really meticulous, you know that?
You know that wasn't a compliment, right?
Anyway, let's keep moving. I wouldn't want Estelle to get too bored.
Oh, it's not that I was particularly bored.
Huh. There's something about this mirror. It almost gives you the feeling there's a room hidden on the other side of the glass. Okay, I hear you. Don't get sidetracked, right? All right, let's get serious and keep moving. Hey, does this place look half-finished to you?
Not really. Why do you say that?
Look at it. There's still boards lying all over the place.
Huh? But that's the ideal. Don't you get it?
No, I don't.
This is the essence of simplicity. Bare walls and pipes sticking out every which way.
I have a feeling the essence of simplicity is something a little different.
In other words, it's good enough so long as it works, right?
Once again, our genius maid shows her lack of appreciation for beauty and fine subtleties. I mean, look, really look at this rusty wire mesh. Isn't it nice?
I'm gonna go crazy if I have to listen to any more of the old man's lessons in aesthetics.
Can't we just ignore him and keep moving?
In this cold, we're gonna freeze in no time.
In that case, we should move more to get warmer. Either that or get to a warmer place.
Either way, if we hold still, we're done for.
Yeah, but if we wander around too much, we could use up all our energy and collapse.
Then it sounds like we need to do what we came to do and get out of here. The pooch seems just fine in all this cold.
Is it me, or is the ground around here changing?
It's because they're ice drifts. They move on the water and change how the ground looks.
Wait, so if we don't get out of here soon, the path could shift and leave us stranded?
It's certainly possible.
Yeah, but then we could use a block of ice to float merrily across the sea.
Yeah, you do that, old man.
I'm not kidding. Stick with me. It'll be fun.
I'm not cut out for fun.
Oh, all right. I don't want to be stuck on top of a block of ice with a spoil sport anyway. Let's go.
Yeah. No matter how far we walk, it looks like just a regular forest.
That it does.
But there's something nice about a normal forest. Bubbling brooks, rolling hills, green trees. It's kind of soothing.
What a nice perspective to have, Carol.
Sometimes it's easy to get distracted by your worries and forget what's really important.
Yeah, trees, water, forest. It's great. Can we go?
I don't think Yuri's into this.
The area outside the barrier isn't quite as bad as I thought it would be.
But it's like I read. Outside the barrier, there are monsters everywhere. It's so dangerous.
Oh, yeah? Think about all the knights going to all the cities of the world. This is nothing.
But a lot of people hardly ever go out of the city, like you, Yuri.
And some people never even go out of the castle.
This rain is so gloomy. I wonder if it'll ever let up.
Tolbikia is in the tropics, so it hardly ever stops raining here.
You know, I read about Tolbikia in a book once. They say that all of the rainfall makes for an unusually high diversity of plants and animals.
Who cares about that stuff? I'm with Rita.
I was born and raised in Tolbikia, so this is nothing for me.
Ah, okay. That makes perfect sense. A place like this suits a wishy-washy, gloomy person like yourself pretty well.
Huh? Do I really seem that emo?
Gusios must have incredible power. The Entelechea are amazing.
Do you mean all of the crystals everywhere?
It's unbelievable. There used to be nothing here, and now there's an entire island.
I think there are a lot of factors besides Gusio's power that made it this big.
It was probably air, ocean currents, and elemental spirits that were kept in reverse barriers.
So you think all those came together and formed an island of crystals in a short time?
What an amazing ability to be able to make something so beautiful.
Gusio's probably continued to make crystals to protect his own body.
Well, the Crystal Island itself won't get any bigger than this, though.
I'd heard stories about it, but man, they sure picked a spot for a coliseum.
It's at the tip of the continent of Desier, after all.
Now that you mention it, this continent has a pretty strange shape.
I wonder why it's shaped the way it is.
I'll bet we might figure out why if we walked all the way around it.
That's our map lover, Captain Carol. I don't love maps.
No, don't be shy. It's a wonderful hobby.
Ugh, that doesn't sound like a compliment at all.
So hot. There's no shade or anything.
Oh.
What's the matter, Captain Carol?
Maybe it's so hot he can't speak.
You're already pooped? Weak. And you're also much younger than me.
Would you shut up? Aren't you hot under that thick coat, Raven?
Nah, this clothing is kind of special.
Let me borrow it.
Ah, my boy. If you're really suffering that much, I'll gladly lend you my stinky, sweaty clothing.
Never mind.
The heat is at least better than your stench, old man.
Wow! I can't believe we're walking around on a never-before-explored continent!
Who could make it up here? Even we wouldn't be up here if it weren't for Baul.
Yes, that's true. I think that's why there's no record of it in any histories.
We're walking around on a really high place.
The fog's so thick, you can't even see the ground from on top of the cliffs.
Ooh, scary.
One wrong move, and we could find ourselves falling straight down those cliffs.
There's no hope of surviving a fall like that. We'd better walk carefully.
This really feels like a deserted island.
Oh, walking around outside like this, you really start to feel the sun.
Yeah, with the sea on all sides, there's nothing to give us any shade.
You don't like it? I think this is a very lovely place.
Even if it is, the people in this town are absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it sure seems like the people here follow their own path.
People? They seem more like farm animals to me.
Sure, it's a weird place, but isn't the scientist in you just a little curious?
Yeah, mystery makes things more interesting. Certainly makes me more interesting.
Mystery? I'd say it's more like lying and cons in your case, Raven.
It's nothing but fraud for the old man. F-R-A-U-D.
You sure? I think it's more like fairy tales in his case.
Aw, you like me, don't you? How flattering.
It looks like you got your sea legs.
Yeah, I still get a little seasick, but the sea breeze feels so nice.
The pooch seems to be pacing around in circles in the middle of the ship. Think he's sick?
Oh, no, he's not sick.
Then what's the matter with him?
Well...
Hey, you silly pooch, come here!
Hey, Rita, I wouldn't pull his tail like that if I were you.
What's the matter with Rapide?
Oh, he's just afraid of water is all. Hey, Rita!
Ow! Get back here, you!
I've been wondering, if Baul can fly, why do we bother taking a boat over the sea?
I love boats. A ship cutting through crystal clear waters. Nothing's more romantic.
Romantic? Whatever. I'd rather have efficiency than romance any day.
Rita, I thought you of all people would understand. I mean, your relationship with Blastia and all.
Don't confuse my sincere appreciation for sublime beauty with your absurd romance, old man.
Oh, so cold.
Emotion doesn't matter. I'll choose the logical, pragmatic approach anytime.
There's something about flying that just feels great, like you're on top of the world. Hey, Rita, hon, why don't you stop lounging in the middle of the ship and come on over?
Later.
Aw, come on. You don't feel like living it up with old Raven, is that it?
What are you doing, dog? Stop pulling me! Let me go! Stop it! I said stop it!
Oh, Rita, dear, don't tell me you're afraid of heights.
Who, me? No way! Let go of me already!
You heard the lady. Oh, you haven't lived until you've seen the view from up here.
Hey, Judith, what are you doing?
I was communicating with Baul.
Come to think of it, it's been a while since we flew on him, hasn't it?
Isn't he lonely while you're gone, Judith?
No, not at all. I can communicate with Baul whenever I want to.
Oh, yeah? What's Baul doing right now?
It appears he's taking a stroll in the sky and eating.
Eating? How is he eating while flying through the sky?
He could just leave his mouth open as he flew. Food would just come on in.
Whoa! You mean Baul's a carnivore?
If you're so curious, maybe you should just ask him yourself.
You know we can't talk to Baul like you can, right?
You sure do like walking around outdoors.
Who are you talking to?
Just myself.
Going senile now, huh?
We've just been wandering around outside for quite a while now.
It might be a nice change of pace sometimes to collect materials for synthesis.
And we have Baul, too. We could use him to fly around and collect them a lot faster.
You're saying we should get help from Baul?
Yeah, I think that Baul probably wants to help all of us with what we're doing.
Of course, it's your call whether to collect materials for synthesis or just wander around.
Seriously, who are you talking to?
We finally managed to gather 1,000 items for synthesis! Woohoo!
What? You've been counting?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, I've been taking notes of how many items we found and where we found them.
Ugh, that's weird. I mean, so pathetic and creepy.
What can I say? Captain Carroll loves maps. He's been just as devoted to filling in our world map, too.
Oh boy, what a find! What a haul! This beautiful mushroom looks so delicious. Oh.
Oh, Raven, don't eat
Whoa, this is good!
that mushroom.
Make it stop!
That was a chuckle shroom. They're for synthesis, not eating.
Maybe that's what it takes to teach you not to eat everything you find on the ground.
You're acting like it's my fault or something. Damn it!
And we're supposed to take you seriously when you're laughing like that?
How long do you plan on goofing around on the ocean?
What's the rush? I think it's nice to take things easy every once in a while.
Yeah, me too. It's a little slow, but it's so nice sailing on the ocean.
Arr! So ye three scurvy dogs are on my side.
So, shall the women take them on?
It's a stupid argument. Do what you want. We're going below deck.
Wait,
Arr! This vessel now belongs to Captain Raven. Come on, men! We set sail for adventure!
Raven's acting weird.
I actually like the old man's passion. Just don't forget where we're going, okay?